we hear the story about how income inequality is rising, supposedly up more than 20% since 1967. Yet the data underlying income inequality measures is fatally flawed. Phil Gramm and John Early, respectively, the former chairman of the Senate Banking Committee and former assistant commissioner at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, wrote in the Wall Street Journal last week that the Census Bureau, this is the entity that provides the data underlying income inequality calculations, the Census Bureau fails to count 2/3 of all government transfer payments to the poor. Let me say that again. In calculating income inequality, the Census Bureau ignores payments the poor receive from the government to help alleviate their poverty, like Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and around 100 other government transfer payments.
If I'm not mistaken here, and I might be, this is math, not my thing, but the numbers that they churn out year over year might well be less than useful.
Yeah, but it gets even worse because not only does Census ignore the government transfers that we give to the poor specifically to help alleviate this sort of thing, Census also ignores the taxes that the rich people pay to fund these poverty programs. In other words, everything we do to alleviate poverty and reduce inequality, Census ignores when estimating income inequality.
So we're always going to have growing inequality.
Yeah, by definition, you're always going to have it because you're going to ignore the cure every single time. Now, Gramm and Early redo the calculations. They show that if you count the transfers the government pays to the poor, and you also count the taxes the government takes from the rich to pay for those transfers to the poor, income inequality in the U.S. is not growing. It is, in fact, lower today than it was 50 years ago. Accounting for both taxes and transfers, the inflation-adjusted income received by the bottom 20% has risen 300%, while that of the top 20% has only risen 213%, meaning that actual income inequality is 30% lower than what Census Bureau reports. We advise everyone from social media warriors to U.S. senators to the Pope, before they repeat the story about rising inequality, to take a deep breath and a fresh look at the data.